That night, even though the gym was full of people, Michael Jordan had never felt so alone. Names were being called, applause was rising, but his name never came. And in that moment, no one yelled. No one said he was bad. He simply wasn't chosen. Sometimes the heaviest form of rejection is exactly this, because there is no explanation, and it leaves only one question in your mind. Why didn't they choose me? This video is not about a game. It's not about a victory. This video is about a moment when a child walked home with his head down and asked himself for the first time, "Am I really not enough?" Maybe. Michael didn't quit basketball that day, but for the first time he felt that basketball might quit him. He was shorter, weaker. The coaches chose players who looked more ready, and from their perspective, it was a reasonable decision. No one thought they had cut a future legend because people believe legends reveal themselves early, and no one likes to think they might be wrong. But after that night, Michael's game didn't suddenly change. His body didn't grow overnight. His talent didn't magically improve. The only thing that changed was a quiet sentence that settled into his mind. "I will never be invisible again." The next day, he stepped onto the court not because he felt more ambitious, not because he was full of hope, but because he knew that if he quit that day, there would be no coming back. Training wasn't romantic. There were no motivational speeches. There was only repetition, trying again and again, pushing himself when no one was watching. Over time, he noticed something. Everyone was working, but not everyone was going to the same place. Some stopped when they got tired. Some held on to excuses. He tried to stay in the game even when he stopped, and that small difference would create a massive gap years later. Michael Jordan's story didn't begin with a leap. It didn't begin with a shot. It didn't begin with applause. It began with a list where his name wasn't written. And maybe that's why his game was never just about winning. It was about not losing. About never returning to that gym where his name wasn't called. He became the best in the world while carrying that fear for his entire life. Today, people talk about his confidence, but no one talks about how that confidence was born from fear. Because once someone has been told they're not enough, no success ever feels permanent. Everything feels like it could be taken away at any moment. So now stop and think. What made Michael Jordan, Michael Jordan? His first basket, his first championship, or that night no one cared about, because real life isn't decided in finals. Real life changes direction in moments when no one is looking. Maybe there is a moment in your life when you weren't chosen, when your name wasn't called, when you were ignored, quietly eliminated. If there is, know this: the story doesn't have to end there. But the decision to continue will never be made by someone else for you. And there are nights when it looks like nothing happens, but in reality, your entire life is decided in that moment. Now think about it. What if Jordan had quit that night? What if he never saw the potential inside himself? What would have happened? Share your thoughts in the comments. And if this video gave you something emotionally, please support the channel by subscribing. Until we meet in the next video, don't care if no one believes in you.